Ever since I got married, I've been bullied by my mother-in-law. And it's not just nagging. Things are thrown at me, I'm yelled at, and my husband doesn't help me at all. How can I endure such a situation? Because I have a secret. My name is Misa. I'm 29 years old. I've been married to my husband, Daisuke, for 2 years. We don't have any children yet. I met Daisuke at work. Although we were in different departments, we often saw each other at work, and after 2 years of dating, we got married. Our family and relatives, of course, but also our colleagues and friends celebrated our wedding in a big way. I wish time would just stop. I was so happy. But at that time, I didn't have any support. I never imagined that such hell was waiting for me. Soon after we got married, we set off on our honeymoon. We spent 2 weeks in the Maldives, making memories and having an elegant time before returning home. The next day, I spent the morning relaxing in my new home. Then, for the first time since getting married, my mother-in-law called me. Yes, hello. Oh, it's Misa. You just got back from your trip, right? Oh, yes. I just got back yesterday. I tried to act cheerful so as not to show my fatigue. Mom, what's wrong today? There's nothing wrong or special. You're supposed to be back from your trip, but you haven't shown up here. That's why I called. Huh? Did we talk about visiting you? Huh? What are you talking about? We didn't talk about that. Tsuchizuma was confused by her mother-in-law's boring remarks, but she responded. Mom, we didn't promise to visit you, did we? Yes, that's right. But she called because we didn't show up. That's what I'm saying, don't make me say the same thing over and over again. What on earth is she talking about? She called me and said we wouldn't show up even though we didn't promise, and now she's angry. I don't understand what she's saying. Oh, Mom, wait a minute. Sure, I did buy some souvenirs, but it was a nice gesture, and Daisuke and I talked about coming over to see her on our next day off. It's common sense to come over and bring a souvenir as soon as you get back from your honeymoon. If you understand, come over already. You trashy wife. Huh? I just hung up the phone, and it took me a while to process the storm of events. My mother-in-law and I had such different common sense that my brain was in a complete panic. I figured I wouldn't be able to get out of this if I stayed like this, so I forcibly woke up my husband who was sleeping in bed. Hey, Daisuke, wake up, I have something to talk to you about. When I lightly shook his shoulder, my husband let out a sleepy groan and opened the curtains. Oh, Masaka. What? I'm still tired. I just got a call from your mother. Huh? From your mother? My husband sat up and asked in surprise, why? Didn't you come over after you got back from your honeymoon? I was told that it's common sense to come over here with a souvenir. Oh. Is that right? Well, whatever, leave it alone. I'm tired today, and I was originally planning to go next week, so it's fine. With that, my husband lay down on the bed again. I'll just have a romantic relationship. Mom seems pretty angry, so please have Daisuke contact her too. Oh, yes, yes. Seriously, are you listening? My husband gives a blank answer without even looking at me. I was a little worried, but I believed that my husband would contact my mother-in-law. I didn't pursue it any further. A week later, as originally planned, we headed to my parents' house with souvenirs from our honeymoon. As soon as we arrived, my mother-in-law glared at me. Oh, so even the daughter-in-law you really like has come. At first, I thought I had misheard and ignored it, but my mother-in-law's daughter-in-law behavior became increasingly rude. Mom, this is a souvenir from our honeymoon. My husband hands her the souvenir, and my mother-in-law exclaims, "Oh, really? Thank you, Daisuke. You went to the trouble of choosing this especially for me?" Of course. No, I'm sorry I came late. Misa and I were tired. That's fine. Well, Misa didn't seem tired. My mother-in-law sighed and then said something I couldn't believe. Hey, I like you. Wasn't marrying Misa a mistake after all? I couldn't help but exclaim at those words. Daisuke, think about it carefully. Misa wasn't tired, but she didn't show up here. That's common sense. No, it's not like she wasn't tired. When I interjected, my mother-in-law glared at me and told me to shut up. You see, I was against this marriage from the beginning. She looks like she's a loser, and I'm going to tell her. But I never imagined she'd be this ignorant. What's with all of a sudden? I don't want you to say that I look like a loser or that I have no common sense, let alone my looks and figure. I'm angry at my mother-in-law from the bottom of my heart, but I can't yell at her because I just got married. Hey, Daisuke. Don't you think so too? After pondering my mother-in-law's question, my husband said the following. Well, she can do the bare minimum of housework. I think she's worth having as a wife. What's her worth as a wife? Can she do the bare minimum of housework? What's with that condescending attitude? Is that even a good way to put it? Wait, are you talking about Daisuke? I was confused by my husband's remarks, but I responded. We got married because we loved each other. He said he would be happy if he could marry someone like Misa. That's what he proposed to me. Yes, I think he would be happy. Because if we have a child, Mom will have an heir, and Misa will listen to anything I say, so we can go to Tokyo together in the future. Wait a minute. What's that? You're saying you married me just to live together and have a passionate relationship? No, I do love Misa. But I think living together is something that only Misa can do. What on earth is this guy talking about? I married him because I thought he loved me. Normally, people would be so direct about things like having an heir or living together. My mother-in-law watched our conversation with a smirk as she warmed herself up. My husband seemed satisfied, as if he didn't think it was his fault. After that, my mother-in-law would call my husband and I regularly and act as if she was acting like a daughter-in-law. Nisa, hurry up and prepare dinner. Why yes, I'm home. What's with this miso soup? Is this harassment? I won't drink this, it's too bland. Yikes. My mother-in-law threw the soup at me, and I ended up getting splashed with miso soup. It's hot. Oh, it stinks. I can't cook. I can't have children. I'm such a hopeless daughter-in-law. How awful. Why don't you just shut up and clean this up? With miso soup poured all over my head, I blew on the floor in tears. Even at times like this, my husband turned a blind eye. On the contrary, he started lecturing me as if it was my fault. Hey, Nisa, can't you make it bigger? My mother is sad just because we don't have children. I can't even cook properly. I have no place to be. I'm sorry. But Daisuke always told me my cooking was delicious, so I thought it would be okay. That's just flattery, of course. For me, my mother's cooking is the standard. If you can't even cook properly, at least try to make an effort to have a child. I'm sorry for skipping out on having children just because you're tired. I was very busy at work at that time. On top of that, I was often called to my parents' house on my days off. I was physically and mentally exhausted. I would turn down my husband's invitations every night, saying I was tired and sorry. I couldn't stand my husband not protecting me from my mother-in-law, so I refused him along with him. Then one day, my husband and I were called to my parents' house as usual. My mother-in-law stopped me with a sword, just like the woman and child. Hey, Nisa, I heard from Daisuke. He said you're refusing to have children. No, it's not like I'm refusing or anything. Don't talk back. I'm so astonished that you can't even do housework and produce an heir. I'm sorry. My mother looked down on me and said goodbye as if she had just thought of something. Good idea. Get pregnant within the next 6 months. If you can't, I'll have you divorce my son. Huh? My husband was excited about my mother-in-law's suggestion to get pregnant within 6 months, saying, "That sounds really interesting." Okay. The limit is 6 months. Understood. If you can't produce an heir, there's nothing you can do. You useless piece of crap. At that moment, I felt like throwing away all my efforts up until now. I'm just a chance to produce an heir. A caregiver for the future. Didn't you need me after all? I won't put up with it anymore. 6 months left. In that time, I'll definitely get revenge on these guys. I'll definitely turn the tables on them. And so my revenge drama began. Since then, I've silently accepted all of my mother-in-law's misdemeanors. Missin, please clean the house thoroughly today. Okay. Then do you know the procedure for preparing the meal? The miso soup should be thick. The rice should be firm, and the fish should be grilled. That's right. You can do it if you try. Then I'll leave it to you. I understand exactly what my mother-in-law wants to say because I've been through a lot of marriage. I tried desperately to act like a devoted daughter-in-law. About half a year had passed since I started listening to my mother-in-law. On this day, a gathering of all the relatives was being held at my parents' house. By this time, my mother-in-law had completely treated me like a moonchild. I was no longer the type of person who would just follow orders. Nisa-san, what kind of snacks should I serve everyone? They're already ready. We're also serving food today. The preparations are perfect. Seeing me like that, my relatives said, "You're a good daughter-in-law." They kept praising me for the quality. My mother-in-law must have been annoyed by that, because she instantly got angry. Nisa-san, did you buy the alcohol I asked you to buy? Huh? Alcohol? I wasn't asked to buy it. What are you talking about? I told you to buy some delicious sake for everyone. I'm sorry. But seriously, don't make excuses when you say that. Come on, hurry up and buy it. You're really incompetent and it's really annoying. My mother-in-law cursed me out loud enough for everyone to hear. It was the usual pattern of a spirit ordering me around even though I didn't say anything. As the atmosphere froze, my uncle came running over to break the silence. Nisa-san, don't worry about it. Uncle. Even so, you can't stand that person. That kind of abusive language is just too much. I've been waiting for those words. I said them in a gentle voice as if I was voicing my pent-up resentment. No, I'm really fine. Because I'm getting divorced today. Huh? All of my relatives turned to look at me in surprise. They all shouted, "Divorce." Again, quote. That's right. Actually, my mother told me that if I don't get pregnant within 6 months, I have to get a divorce, and today is the deadline. Really? Yes. Today is the day I say goodbye to this horrible family. So I'm totally fine with today. My husband and mother-in-law looked at me with distorted faces. I said this knowingly to the two of them. Well, if they say they don't want me if they can't do it later, then it can't be helped. It's a shame that I won't be able to meet you all again, but since that's what those two have decided, I picked up my things and said goodbye and left the room. Hey, wait a minute. My mother-in-law called out to me from behind. What is it? I'll make you feel better. 6 more months. No, a year. So continue to be Daisuke's wife as you have been. Of course you will. I've been acting nice for the past 6 months to keep him here. But I won't let him do what he wants anymore. I've been putting up with it all for this day. No, I looked straight at my mother-in-law and continued. I've been a good wife for the past 6 months, haven't I? Thanks to you, your mother has become much kinder. But you know, what's said and done to you can never be undone. I absolutely refuse to continue being a family with you guys any longer. Oh, you're just a daughter-in-law, how dare you do that? Do you think you can get away with a divorce? Why yes, that's right. Nisa, do you know what you're talking about? My husband is also taking advantage of my mother-in-law. I slowly took out my smartphone as if to show it to them. I have recorded everything you've said so far on my smartphone, so it would be best for you not to say anything that would put us at a disadvantage. My husband and mother-in-law sat down, slumped. After leaving my suspicious parents' house, I headed straight to a law firm. Using the records of the abusive language from my mother-in-law and husband as evidence, I filed a divorce and demanded compensation. Thanks to the lawyer's skills, the divorce was finalized and the compensation claim went through relatively smoothly. Apparently, my husband and mother-in-law, whose affair with their husband had been discovered by everyone, have been disowned by all of their relatives ever since that day. What's more, my husband works at the same company as me. The divorce scandal spread like wildfire. Apparently, he married into the family together with my mother. Wow. He used to brag about his money and how close he was to his wife. He's a sloppy guy who spends his days with his mother. He's a proud man, so it's only a matter of time before he quits his job. On the other hand, I've started living alone and I'm living a comfortable life. I no longer have the opportunity to give birth or be a caregiver. It's my own free time. I won't let anyone interfere with my life anymore. Never. The next time I have the chance to date someone, I want to be with someone who will treat me properly. Oh,